Are you in a rut in your life? Are you feeling frustrated, bored, kind of annoyed with things the way they are? Well, let's talk about that today. I'm Martha Burich, and yes, you can. I did. So, yes, you can get out of a rut. Yes, you can change your life. Yes, you can make things better and different. I have a friend who's just quit smoking after smoking for at least 20 years, and she's on day 4. Well, she's inspired me to stop sugar for 21 days. So, yes, I can. Yes, you can. So, what would help you get out of your rut? Are you at a rut at home, at work? Where exactly is the rut? Maybe you should get a piece of paper and a pencil and write down, where is it you're feeling bored? When do you feel bored? What do you think would help you to make a change? You know, um, my mother, when she was, I think, 65, she got a nose job. Now, this is extreme, but she always felt that she had a big nose. So she had a nose job. I couldn't even tell. I could not even tell what she had done. But the change in her self confidence and self esteem was immense. And within a year, she had found her second husband. She had been alone for like 20 years. And then she found her second husband. So that confidence boost really helped her. So you have to do what you think will work for you. You can't determine what other people do. I think her name is Leela Hormozy. She and her husband own a bunch of fitness. I think that's how they started their business. But anyway, she had some plastic surgery done. And this isn't what I want to talk about is plastic surgery. But, when you feel in a rut or when you feel like something will help you, if it's not illegal or immoral, then you should give it, and it's something you really want to do, then you should do it. When my mother got the nose job, we all gave her trouble. Oh, Mom, that's ridiculous. Her friends gave her trouble, everyone. She went ahead and did it against our advice, and she was much happier for it. So you can't go with what other people tell you with their opinions, because what their opinions are worth nothing. At the end of the day, it's your opinion. It's your life. It's your life. So what would get you out of the rut? Some people at work, they want to do better at work. Well, you know how you do better, especially if you're in sales. Why don't you go talk to the top salesman? Ask him how he's doing so well. What can you do to be better at sales? Get out of that rut. If you're an educator and there's a teacher who always gets Educator of the Year, ask them, what do they do in their classroom? Go sit in their classroom during your break time and find out what makes them such a fabulous teacher. Uh, if you have a favorite entertainer, a favorite singer, join their fan club. I did that. I think it was back in the 80s. Michael Bolton. I belonged to the Michael Bolton fan club. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. So, you know what? Anything that'll get you out of that rut and help, you know, add a little spark to your life, a difference, meet some new people, do some new things. If you haven't been out, maybe to a museum or a carnival or a street festival, maybe go out and go check out a food truck. Maybe go to some things like that. Something different. Get you up and out of the house. Uh, do your children have hobbies? Maybe it's time to go check out some of their hobbies. So get out of that rut. Do something different. If you're watching the news all the time, it might be a good idea to stop doing that. That'll get you depressed and upset and hopeless, feeling hopeless. The world, as the world turns. There used to be a soap opera, As the World Turns. And yes, the world just keeps turning, whether you're in a rut or not. So you might as well get out of your rut and the world, whether you change or not. So why don't you change if you want to? When I was 5 months pregnant, my husband and I went out for a bicycle ride. We used to ride the bike all the time. I'll be darned if we didn't get lost. What was supposed to be 25 miles turned into 50. Was in a bad mood that day. But I made it. I made it. Oh, and the bicycle was a really big deal for us. We lived near a park in St. Louis. The name of it doesn't. It was Forest Park in St. Louis, Missouri, and they had beautiful bicycle paths. 6 miles. The bicycle path was 6 miles, and we would ride from the house to the park, take the path 2 times around usually, and then go home. So I think that was about a 20-mile ride. It was very nice, and that would just a little breakup of the day and keep us out riding, and we would really enjoy that. So it would keep us from getting into a rut. If you're watching too much television, stop. Go to the library. So much going on at the library. Now the libraries have opened back up. They're having their speaker series. They're having all kinds of stuff at the libraries now. They're back to having storybook time for kids and all kinds of activities for kids, painting and make and takes and things like that. So check that out. So do something different. Go and see what's going on at the art museum near if there is one, at the museums near your home, at the zoo. It's beautiful weather. It's time for that now. Go to the zoo, see what's going on. Check out the reptile house or whatever they have at your zoo near your house. Do something different. Maybe go stay at a hotel for a night or two just to get out of the house. Do something different. Go to an expensive restaurant. If you can't afford the food, then go sit at the bar, have a pop and an appetizer. You don't have to have a full meal there. Go people watch. Go to a hotel. Go sit in the lobby and just people watch. Go to a coffee shop that you don't normally go to. Go to a city you don't normally go to. Just go shopping to a store you don't normally go to. Something to get you out of that rut. Something's different. If you don't like your job, well then why don't you just go check out some other ones? Go online and see what jobs are available. See what you might want and apply. Just apply. Nothing to lose, everything to gain, right? Okay. I like to tour $1 million homes. I like to see what's new in homes and what kind of things they have. And $1 million homes are so much fun to tour because they have walk-in closets and tons of shoe racks a lot of times, and they have modern updated kitchens and just lots of really fun decoratings and things like that are so enjoyable to look at, and the grounds are usually very nice. So I like to do that. That's a lot of fun. Maybe drive a car that you want, that you've always dreamed of. Go to the dealership and drive the car. See what it feels like. That would be fun. Do something different. If you have a hobby you always wanted to try, take up guitar lessons, take piano lessons, take singing lessons. I used to go, there was a restaurant that I think it was on Sunday nights. Some musicians would get together and they would all just sit around and play. So I would go to that, and I asked, can I sing some songs with you guys? And so I would practice the songs during the week, and I would come out and then I would sing with them. And that was a lot of fun. And I actually did sing Jolene with them. I practiced that, but I did some other songs too. Some Merle Haggard. There was a lot of country stuff at the time. And, I found the backstory to Dolly Parton's song Jolene, and that was that this woman Dolly was early in her career and she was gone a lot. And there was a woman taking up her husband's time. So Dolly confronted her and they got in a fight. And the woman pulled Dolly's wig off Dolly's head and beat her with it. But Dolly might have lost that fight, but she won the war. Dolly kept her man. Anyway, so that's the backstory to Jolene. And also the name Jolene came from, it wasn't that woman's name. The name Jolene came from, I think, a fan and her little daughter. And Dolly had been thinking of that song and writing it and couldn't find a name. And the woman's daughter's name was Jolene. So Dolly used that name in the song. But anyway, so I would do that on these, I think it was Sunday nights. I would sing a song or two, and it revitalized my life. It was fun. I was teaching during the week. I was a science teacher, And so that was something different, and it was a lot of fun. And, I also had a lot of fun designing lessons for the students, things that would keep them interested, and that would keep me from getting in a rut, doing the same thing. So, what else could you do? I did travel, and I went to Europe 3 times. I was on 3 cruises. And, I met this woman back in 2014, 2013. This was before I had ever even thought about traveling. And she traveled everywhere and went everywhere. And she had a group called the St. Louis Travelers. Joe Beck. She still has the St. Louis Travelers, and many people have traveled in groups with Joe. And because of Joe, when I met her, she encouraged me to go to Europe. My first trip to Europe, I went by myself. I went with a travel group called Trafalgar, and they still give tours. And I toured Europe, and I got to meet my relatives in Italy, which was very nice. I stayed with them for 3 days in where my mother grew up, in her home, in a small town called Valle Corsa, Italy. And it was so much fun and so enjoyable. And because Joe got out of her comfort zone and did what she wanted to do, she inspired so many people. I went to Europe with Joe another time, and a group. We did England. We did England, Scotland, and Wales together. Yes, and another time I believe. No, and then I went with my friend Monica, and we went to Ireland. And so yes, get out of your rut, do something different, and stop thinking you don't have enough money. Start planning. How can I get the money? What can I do to get the money? Should I get a second job? Is there something I could sell? Is there something I can do? And go ahead and get your passport now. I think passport's $100, but it takes about 4 months to get one at least. So I think that's how long it takes now. So check into it. Get a passport, whether you need it or not. You never know. You want to go to Canada, you'll need your passport. So just do things, do something different. I joined a gym, which I had never done before, and I hired a personal trainer at the gym. Revolutionized my life and my fitness and my health. Because of that personal trainer, I am stronger, more flexible, have more energy, have better balance. And as you get older, those things are so important. Remember that as we age, if we don't continue to move and stay moving, we're talking walker, wheelchair, nursing home. I went to someone's graduation party, this lovely girl who lives near us, and she had her high school graduation. Well, a lot of the friends and people over 60 were riding around in mobility scooters, were grossly overweight, and that was not needed. They need to just walk, just walking. I lost weight just walking my dog during COVID, which was a lot of fun, and I met all my neighbors. So get out of that rut. Go to the library, find some books. Find some books you'd like to read. Hire a mentor. Look online, look for a coach. Take a dance lesson. Take dancing lessons. Go to a country bar and dance some line dances. Do something different. If you're into rock and roll, go to a country bar. Or if you're into rock and roll, then go to listen to some live music if you don't normally do that. Do something different. Work elections. If you want to meet all your neighbors, work the election. Go to your local government. That's what I did. When I lived in Granite City, I went to the mayor and said, when I moved to Granite City, I went to the mayor and said, do you have any places, any boards or something that you need someone to fill? And he said, yes, as a matter of fact, I do. And so I did that for years, That's all it takes. One time I got a ticket, and I went right to the mayor, and this wasn't in Granite City, it was a ticket somewhere else. I was a teacher, and I got a ticket because my car was in the loading zone or something too long. And this was like the first days of school when I had to bring everything into the classroom, and I got a ticket. And so I went to the mayor I went right in there. I said, I want to talk to the mayor, and I showed him the ticket, and I said, I I understand I was there past the time, but I had to bring everything into my classroom and then put everything away and do everything else. And then we had meetings and everything else. And I just could not move my car in time. And he took care of it for me. So get some courage up and ask people to help you. That's another thing too. Are you in a rut because you don't ask for help? Ask for help. Start getting help. You don't have to do everything by yourself. There are people out there to help you. You don't have to, you know, if if it's becoming too much trouble or too much work for you, if you have other things you'd like to do, maybe you should hire a housekeeper to come in once a month to do some things for you. Just, things around the house. Maybe there are some things that you can't do, don't want to do. Well, look for someone to help you to do those things. Don't get stuck in that rut that you have to do everything. Some of us are too stuck in that rut. And then we waste all of our energy doing things that other people could do for us. Do you want to get more education? Go to the website. Go to the college website. See what classes they offer. See how much they cost. They have a lot of community offerings now where you can learn all kinds of interesting things. Painting classes, um, childcare, all kinds of stuff. First aid. Maybe you should take a Red Cross first aid class. Then you will know what to do if something happens, if an emergency happens. They offer those, I believe, at the fire department. Check into that. So, you know what? There's always plenty to do, plenty to keep you busy, plenty so that your life isn't in a rut, so that you can move on with your life. Don't have those regrets. Don't say, I wish I'd have this and I wish I would have that. Well, guess what? Today's a good day to start something new and to do something new. Because yes, you can. I did. Yes, you can. I did. In fact, my brother has a band, and now I'm going to be singing. They have a gig coming up. I'm going to be singing You Ain't Woman Enough to Take My Man, Loretta Lynn's old song. What a fun song, too. So much fun, so I'll be singing that with them. See? So that I'm not in a rut, so I don't get bored. Keep me interested and meet new people and do new things. And every time that you step out of your comfort zone, guess what? You help somebody else step out of theirs. Just as my friend who quit smoking has inspired me to stop eating sugar for 21 days. So, alrighty, I think that's enough for today. And I will be back again tomorrow. And if you need some help doing something, direct message me. I can certainly customize a program for you or help you to get out of that rut. Yes, you can. I did. Alrighty, I'll see you tomorrow. All right, bye.